All right, we have now made it to document E in the DBQ, and this document discusses the codes of honor through Bushido and chivalry. Bushido is the samurai code of honor, chivalry is the knight code of honor. So if you look, this first box is going to talk about Bushido. The business of samurai consists in discharging loyal service to his master, if he has one, in deepening his fidelity, which means loyalty, in associations with friends, and devoting himself to duty above all. However, in one's own life, one becomes unavoidably involved in obligations between father and child, older and younger brother, and husband and wife. The samurai confines himself to practicing the way, should there be someone who does wrong against these moral principles. The samurai summarily punishes him and thus upholds proper moral principles in the land. So basically what this is saying is the samurai is the moral compass of Japan. And so the samurai devotes his entire life to being loyal with his friends and his master if he has one. But when it comes down to it, the code of Bushido is the moral compass and the moral backbone of Japan. Then we start back here. Outwardly, he stands in physical readiness for any call to service, and inwardly he strives to fulfill the way. Within his heart, he keeps to the ways of peace, but without it, he keeps his weapons ready for use. So basically, when it's talking about the way, that's kind of like that voice within yourself that says, I'm doing something that is right. I'm doing this the right way. That's what it's talking about with the way. So that is the code of Bushido. If you go down here, the code of chivalry. Now again, this is the code that knights use. With great ceremony, each knight took the vows of true knighthood, solemnly promising to do no wicked deed, to be loyal to the king, to give mercy to those asking it, always to be courteous and helpful to ladies, and to fight in no wrongful quarrel for worldly gain, upon pain of death or loss of knighthood in King Arthur's favor. So this is pretty much like what the knights have to do. It lists everything that the knights are promising to do when they take this code of chivalry. All right, so if we start back here, unto this were all the knights of the Round Table sworn, both young and old, to dishonor knighthood with the greatest disgrace, to prove themselves worthy of knightly honor by strong, brave, courteous, loyal bearing under great difficulties was the highest goal of living. So again, just kind of like the samurai, the knights were all about this knightly honor. They were all about honor, and we're going to do this stuff at the very beginning here to prove that we are worthy of being knights. So that is this document, document E. You've got the code of Bushido and the code of chivalry. So if you look at the questions, document E, there's only 3 questions. Number 1, what are the main characteristics of Bushido? What are the main characteristics of chivalry? So what you're going to do is you're going to go up here for Bushido, kind of give 2 things that Bushido tells the samurai they have to do. And then you're going to go down here and give 2 examples of what the code of chivalry tells knights they have to do. So that's what you're going to do for number 1. And then number 2 and number 3 are your opinion. You just have to use stuff from the document. Based on this document, what were the main differences between a knight and a samurai? So after looking at those 2 boxes, what is a difference between the knight code and the samurai code? So how is chivalry and Bushido different? And then for number 3, based on this document, what were the main similarities between a knight and a samurai? So you're going to give me 1 example of how the knight code of chivalry and the samurai code of Bushido are similar. And then you are done with document E, and you can move on to document F.